Howdy Tamers, and welcome to the LostinTranslationmon Digimon podcast. This time we're covering Digimon BeatBreak episode 10, A True Friend. I am Kobias, and once again I'm joined by Guz. Guz, how are you?
I am present, like that smell in the corner of your room you cannot get rid of. And I cannot wait to start talking about, obviously not quite Batmon, but kind of Batman Batmon.
Yeah, I was just sitting there going bat, 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 but we'll big bat, big long bat the whole time, and but yeah, we'll get to that. So a quick synopsis for this week's episode. So Haruko's dad tries to sell the Chirrupmon for a fake Subotama, but only one, meaning he was effectively planning on just abandoning his daughter. Haruko breaks down and then merges with Shademon into this pretty cool, like, she's got like Shademon's wings, but they're the eyes, and yeah, it's very, very baller.
Like
And
this crazy goth Lolita fusion thing, and I'm like, damn, that looks so fucking cool.
Yeah, it is really cool, and it's like, yeah, it's very spooky, but it's also very cool. And Makoto makes Haruko realize that partner Digimon are more than just tools, and then Chirrupmon evolves to beat Haruko, and it evolves into Night Chirrupmon, and I was expecting it to be like, you know, kind of like more animalistic and more bat-like, like, you know, Chirrupmon removes the hood and it's just a giant, like, spooky, scary bat, but it's like this, I guess, Kamen Rider-esque looking dude.
Bro, I was shouting Kamen Rider when I was watching.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider.
Yeah, like it's very cool design, and of course we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, so that's the synopsis of what happened this week. So discussions and decisions. What were our highlights?
The highlight would have to be that we saw Shademon sleeping on Haruka's belly.
Yeah, the Shademon being the biggest puppy who ever puppied, like adorable.
And then making Haruka's dad experience a suicide was not on my bingo card.
Yeah, that was
see that one coming.
That was a lot heavier than what I was expecting from the series, honestly. Like I thought he had just died. But no,
same.
he was just like witnessing it in his mind, which is just terrifying.
I mean, if you die in the Matrix, right?
Yeah. Like that is just horrifying. And the whole, like, you know, Haruko like losing the will to live, and that's why Shademon's kind of her reflection, because it's her, like, her depression and her not wanting to be alive, and that's why Shademon keeps saying kill me, because that's actually Haruko's thoughts, and that's why that's her reflection, and that's what has been revealed, that Digimon are in this. They are our reflections, they're our bad points, but they're also our good points too. And having Shademon be like kind of like this depressing like thing that just screams kill me when it attacks you is a bit heavier than what I thought to expect from something from the Digimon franchise. And that really resonated with me. I was just like, wow, that's it's kind of very heavy, and it hit kind of close to home. Like that was kind of a nice touch.
And Shademon also speaks to Haruka's want to just never lose anyone.
Yeah.
Like to literally possess them and keep them near her.
And yeah, the desire to be wanted as well. Yeah. Like the desire like just to be
so many levels.
Yeah. Like Shademon is, again, I liken it to a puppy, because that's kind of how it's acting. Like Haruka kept on like swatting and slapping it away, but it was just, you know, wanting her attention, wanting her affection, basically being a blanket on her when she was just, again, trying to toss it away. Like it kept on coming back, and in a similar way, Haruko is kind of like that with her dad. Like she wants her dad's approval, she wants to be validated by her father, but he just kind of sees her as an expendable tool. He was using her being partnered with Shademon to get Digimon to sell for the bounty. So he was using Haruko as a tool. So we have that comparison as well, and that's another reason why Shademon was her reflection, because she had that same relationship with her father that she had with Shademon just seeing it as a tool.
Yeah. No, it was just how hyper transactional he ended up being. Like, don't get me wrong, I knew he was going to get a MacGuffin to allow him to do whatever he wanted. I think maybe we flirted around the idea of him like abandoning his daughter or using her like a tool, but I don't think we genuinely turned around and went, "Oh, yeah, no, 100%, he is abandoning her on the side of the road, and just doing his own thing." It's just kind of crazy that he's like, "I would prefer creature comforts over being your father."
Yeah.
Like she still has her mom. He could.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
obviously
thought
he
I
didn't.
thought the mum was dead. I
Yeah,
just assumed it was typical anime, like, oh, the mum had some tragic passing at some point. But no, the mum's alive. The dad's just awful. The dad was just
yeah,
saying, "You're not allowed to see your mum. She writes to you, but you're not allowed to see her." Like, that's yeah.
yeah. Not even that. Just sort of like she was like, "Look, your dad's just obsessed with money right now. Like, I get it. We need to fend for ourselves, but like, he's not doing well, and I can't be around that."
Mm,
And then that's when Shademon manifests, and you just get the whole "No, you can't leave me either, mom." And there's no way that that wouldn't have fucking like freaked out the mother so
mm.
much that she just totally bounced.
Yeah. Because Shademon's
Like,
kind of a spooky looking Digimon. Like, even though it's acting
yeah,
kind of cute, it's still kind of like, if you saw that, like, some eyes pop out of a shadow, you'd be like,
yeah,
nope.
yeah. It reminds me of that dude from Naruto Shippuden that steals all the dead, like the Itachi eyes just embedded in his skin to like burn them all for like abilities and stuff for no reason.
Mm,
His name was like Donald or something. I don't even remember.
yeah.
It
But
was crazy.
yeah, I think it was Donald.
I know it started with a D, but it wasn't like a white guy name.
Yeah, I keep on wanting to say Brian, but that's also not right.
No, that's just classic Brian over there. He likes to steal people's eyes. Yeah, he's a bit of a weird one, but
Yeah,
he's all right.
bit of a unit. But yeah, my other highlight obviously is we got an evolution. Like,
Yeah,
that's an obvious highlight. But not that we were kind of like being on the, oh, there needs to be an evolution, but it is nice to see.
it's also not Tomoro's Digivolution.
Yeah, which
Um,
I do kind of like that we're not giving the evolution straight away to
yeah,
just the goggle kid kind of character. Like,
yeah. I think we all kind of saw it coming. Like I
yeah,
think in the last one, we were just sort of like, look, it's probably going to be Cheropmon's evolution time,
yeah.
because that seems to be where the narrative is leading.
Mm,
So pardon me. Awesome, love that. 10 out of 10.
mm.
Wish it was Geckomon. Having said that, when we get to the whole prediction side, we've
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
whole other thing to talk about then, because oh my dark lord,
yeah.
the next episode is going to be wild. And if it's another two-parter, Kobe,
Yeah.
I'm going to scream.
Oh
I'm going
yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
scream.
Same. But I feel like it will be like. I mean, I guess jumping ahead. The part of the preview where we see like Gekomon having a bad time has me like, oh, is that if that is how like episode one of the two-parter ends, I will cry. Like, that was my immediate
Yeah,
thought. Like, if that's how it ends, I will just like cease to be. I'll just like fall asleep for a week just so I can watch the next episode. But in any case, another highlight is Sunny, which is Haruko's dad, being punched by Kyo twice. I'm
yes,
just like, oh,
yeah.
good, get him,
I
get him.
Mama Kyo showed up so hard in this, and I was so glad.
Yeah,
Like just staring down like a room full of gangsters. Like, yeah, bullets don't work on Digimon. It's like, well, how about you? It's like, oh yeah, me,
yeah,
huh? Really,
yeah.
really?
Fair
We're doing
enough.
this bit. It's like,
Yeah.
damn, Kyo, the balls.
Yeah, like he loves his family so much. Like, I'm just like, oh, he's such a good guy. He's just like, he is such he's the mum and dad of the team. He's just great, and he's just like, he punched him twice. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, he's like, this is for your daughter, bang, and I'm like, you know what? Fair. He's like, and then this is for my family,
yeah.
and I'm
This is
like,
for
you know
my
what?
daughters. Uh,
Yeah, all three of them.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, and Raina's face. When
yeah,
that
she's like,
happened, she's like,
ooh.
"Woo!" I was like, "Same girl." Like, me
Yeah.
too, bud.
Kid, local feral girl accepts it when the good guy loses his mind, also becomes feral.
Yeah, she's
Breaking
like,
news.
Dad punched someone. But yeah, no, that,
Dad did it twice. Go,
yeah,
Dad, Mum.
yeah, I was like, yay. But there was a lot that I liked about this episode, but those, I
Yeah,
guess, were
I
my
did
main
think it was.
highlights.
I like the dad being in the golden Umamon cage. That was funny.
Oh, that was so funny.
Uh,
Like, they put him in the Digimon box.
my favorite part is like you can see where Kyo punched him in the head twice, and then they still roughed him up off screen. Like he's covered in so much more damage than just two punches
Makoto got a
worth.
few hits in.
Yeah, like everyone was just like, "All right, now that the camera's off, go on, get your kicking shoes on, boys." Like
Oh no.
Toma takes off his Crocs and gets on some real shoes and then starts kicking the dad and changes them back on between film.
Yeah, oh
It'd
my
just be
god.
so funny.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Oh.
that happened. I mean, they had to get him in the cage somehow. Like, they just booted him in
Stuffed
there.
him in. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just took turns jumping on him like he's an overfull like garbage bin on garbage
Yeah.
night. It's like you gotta get it in, mate, or they'll charge us extra. Bang, bang, bang.
They did such a good job of making a character so detestable, but not like detestable as in just like annoying and badly written. I felt like he was quite well written because it felt like realistic almost.
Yeah, no, he was completely and utterly ambitious in a world setting wherein that ambition to be ideal is required. And you know, I think it played its course in the way that it should have.
Yeah. And
I really, really liked it.
yeah, and you know, it's also it begs the question of, yes, he was pretty bad, but he's also kind like in this, you know, dystopia, this dystopian future. It I can see a lot of people becoming bad because of the situation that they're being put in. So it's also like, yes, he's bad, but it's also whatever shady things are going on, and the fact that we're all aiming to get into this egg only to find out that there are other levels of getting in the egg that you have to continue to behave, which we touched on in the coverage for the last episode. So there's just a lot of, it feels more layered than just like, oh, he is just a really unlikable bad guy. It feels more like you could see this be a real person, like a real person could do this, and basically just like, I don't care about my actual daughter. I only care about myself. I want to like live a new life. I only want one Sabatama so I can just have a fake identity for myself, not for my kids. Like, yeah, it is. It feels like it's a layered bad guy, not just like generic.
Bad for the sake of bad.
Yeah, he's just not a bad guy who's like, ha ha ha, I'm bad. That's the character. This, you know, he actually has like a few layers. He is really detestable and really unlikable, but I like that I don't like him. Like, I feel like like I have like the way that the writers want me to feel. I feel for this character. I just really hate him. I was glad when he got punched. I was like, get a few more in, and then they apparently did, and they did off screen. Do we have any other highlights?
Not seeing Golden Umamon outside of the cages. I was a bit bored of them.
Yeah.
I know they did technically do like an aerial drive-by at the start, but like I'm glad they just sort of moved them on.
Yep, agree.
I like that Shademon finally got the head pats that he deserved.
Oh, me too. I'm glad that Shademon didn't die. Like, I was like so worried at the end, like, oh, are we just going to kill Shademon? But no, Shademon's fine. They just kind of like knocked him out a little bit.
Yeah, they sort of just reset to pre-fusion. Give him a little soft reboot there.
Yeah, he's happy.
I think a lot of things were handled pretty well in this episode. You know, just overall.
Am I the only one who thought that like when mysterious like Phantom of the Opera lady shot the Sabatama, like the fake Sabatama, I thought that she was going to shoot Sunny.
I would have liked that. However, you know, this is rated PG. This is still technically for mature kids.
Yep.
So we're not really going to get too much of that. Shooting the egg, I was actually kind of hoping like a little bit of like digital yolk would have come out of it. But obviously, destroying the thing that he would do anything for, even to sacrifice his family,
Yeah.
is far more devastating than being shot.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot more sort of narrative
Rather than just
resonance
like
to that.
bad guy shoot other bad guy kind of thing.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
I did also think it was very like Court of Owls from Batman,
Mm.
ironically, where it was just sort of like, oh yes, we're the secret society of mask havers and we do the mask having business. Yes, it's like, ah, cool, neat.
Yeah.
So that's going to be relevant later, I guess? Question mark.
Yeah, I guess. The lowlights, I guess. My main lowlight is that I have a giant mosquito bite on my face. So that like it's just here, like it's so red, and I'm just like looking at the recording, like oh my gosh, it is so visible. I don't know why a mosquito decided to just like do that. I was like distracted. I was when I was hand stripping Freya outside. It was it's summer, so mosquitoes are everywhere, and I'm
Yeah.
just covered. And I was paying attention to stripping Freya, and all of a sudden, big the biggest mosquito I've ever seen on my face, and now you can see the biggest mosquito bite I've ever seen on my face. Anyway, so that's one of my lowlights because I don't have many. I have to.
Your low light of Digimon BeatBreak is I got bit by a mosquito.
Yeah, I
That's
got bitten
crazy.
by a mosquito IRL. I mean, I guess like there were a few funny like far away animations where I think it was Reina and Tomoro were like running towards Makoto and Shirotmon, and they looked
Yeah.
derpy, but like that is such a minor thing, and I just kind of was amused by it, and
Yeah.
it's kind of normal. Like, but if you watch any animated thing, there's going to be a few scenes per season or per arc or whatever. They just have characters in the distance and they're running towards, and they're just kind of weirdly animated because they're not meant to be
Yeah.
the focus.
Yeah.
So you might not like no, like I don't even usually pick it up, but I just noticed it and I was like, that's kind of funny. But yeah, that is such a nitpick, and it's not even like a low light. I'm more annoyed by the mosquito bite on my face. Like I can't actually think of any lowlights, so I had to like dig deep just so I could say something. But the
You,
mosquito
you,
one,
you,
the mosquito one's annoying.
you haven't even really dig deep. You've just gone, listen, I had a bad day. It's crazy.
I had a
Anyway,
great day. I just don't like the mosquito bite on my freaking face.
that's
Like
crazy, dude.
I got a
That's
haircut.
crazy.
That's a highlight, but that was a few days ago now. But look, I
Ah,
can see. I'm not like blinded by my massive clump of hair.
well, I mean, yeah, anyway. Um, you look, I don't really have any lowlights myself. Um, I like the way that everything kind of got wrapped up. I was very shocked by a lot of the revelations that we had, like with Shademon's new power to make you kill yourself in your own mind, which is
Oh
crazy.
yeah,
That was a lot.
that was a lot.
Like there was so many really cool things. Like we get probably the head of the secret organization that the Koala Kai were maybe working for.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like obviously this is like super higher up stuff. I'm wondering if they're connected to one of the gym leaders, or the five
Mm.
elders, or whatever it is, the 5-star
The gym
cleaners,
leaders,
whatever it is,
the gym leaders.
whatever they're actually meant to
Oh
be.
my gosh! Oh my gosh! I just made a joke in my head, and I need to say it. And like, only the Australians will get this, but it's like, Jim's cleaning.
Yes,
It's Jim's cleaning, but Jim is spelt Jim as in GYM.
and it's got a different element on it for each area.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
I see. Like because we're recording it like a few hours later than normal. My brain is kind of done, so that's why I explained the joke instead of actually telling the joke. But
yeah,
yeah, you have to fill in the blanks for the actual joke. And again, I don't think the non-Australians will get it. But in Australia, there's like Jim's X, and then there's like Jim's gardening, Jim's landscaping,
mowing. Yeah.
Jim's everything. Yeah, so Jim's cleaning, and it's Jim's cleaners.
You,
There we are.
Kobe, you tell jokes like you read a magazine backwards. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't actually have a setup or a feed line and a punchline. You're just like, I'm just gonna start at the end. So the reason why the joke I am going to say, still haven't
I
actually
said
said,
I'm tired.
is funny, is because
Yeah, I'm tired, and also I've got a mosquito bite on my face.
Yeah, that's okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
I've got. Yeah,
Um,
if you had a mosquito bite this big on your face, you would not be able to make the stunning Jim's cleaning company
I have a
joke.
beard. I'm not gonna get a mosquito bite there,
I
buddy.
need to grow a beard just so I don't have mosquito bites on my face. I will
Okay, well,
grow hair everywhere to avoid the mosquito bites. Anyway, lowlights, yes,
if
Digimon.
your low light is allowed to be your mosquito bite, then my low light of Digimon BeatBreak, which is not a mosquito bite, will be the Jujutsu Kaisen movie that I just
Okay.
went and saw. Simply because the first half of that movie is just a recap of the last season and it's kind of really not worth the money. And the tickets here in Australia are like 25, $27 per person who's an adult. So I'm really not a big fan of that to
Yeah.
just basically watch a pretty recap. But if we are going to be serious, and probably should give it a go. I think, look, I think it's a pretty well rounded episode.
Mm.
I don't really have too many lowlights. I think we get lots of good answers. We get lots of good character development. We got not quite Batman Kamen Rider.
Mm.
Like it's just really nice. I think they explored a lot. I don't think there's really too many lowlights, but I don't think that excludes it from still not being probably one of the better episodes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get you, but yeah, I really liked this episode. I can't think of much that I didn't like about it. So moving on to favorite character, mine was Chirapmon. I thought that Night Chiramon was a really cool design. It was unexpected in the way that
Mm.
it. I thought that the evolution would be more animalistic or bestial,
Nah.
but it's kind of like this humanoid kind of Kamen Rider dude. It,
No, they
it
buried the lead on it when they were like, "Oh, it's used by spies in battlefields," and
yeah
then like when you see Knight Chiropmon, it's sort of like, "Oh." The first thing that went through my head was like Seals Dramon, right? Like you know the little dudes from the
yeah
D
yeah
Brigade.
yeah.
Like immediately, I'm thinking, "All right, this is espionage. This is a spy
Mm,
dude. I'm expecting some measure of like minor cloaking." We had anti mind control laser fingers, which was
yeah.
funny, and boomerang sword, or boomerang blade to some effect. Like it definitely felt more spy military oriented.
Mm.
How that's going to translate through the stages is going to be interesting. Maybe
Especially
we get
yeah, especially because I think that it already looks like it could be like a perfect level, even though it's very much clearly the adult, so like the level
yeah
4. It just looks more to me like what a level 5 usually looks like when it's kind of like a little bit bigger, a little bit more grown up, a little bit cooler, a little bit more things going on. Usually the champion's just like the the child or like
teenager sort of
yeah.
phase.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's the child but with a few extra steps. Like it's just,
Yeah, like the
the
Greymon
yeah.
between Agumon
Oh
and
yeah,
Metal Gray.
I was literally about to say that it's yeah, orange lizard evolves into bigger orange lizard with a headpiece and blue stripes, and then it gets like extras added onto that. Where
Nipple
like
guns.
yeah,
Yeah,
nipple guns. They're very important.
they are. A
But
lot of a lot of cyborgs have nipple guns in Digimon, which is
yeah,
very funny.
yeah, the
It's a
nipple cannons.
staple.
They
Love that.
really liked the Austin Powers fembots.
Oh, so do I, but for different reasons.
Thanks. Who was your favorite other than the fembots from Austin Powers?
My favorite character in Digimon Beat Break is in fact the fembots from Austin
Austin
Powers.
Powers.
They have set their nipples to destroy, and I don't think I can follow that sentence up any better with saying that I obviously have to choose the character that did the most destruction within this, which was Kyo punching the absolute crap out of Haruka's dad's face.
Yeah, I honestly
And
almost chose him for that. Like, but I
I
was like, I
no,
have to.
hands down, Kyo actually throwing hands and not leaving it to Big Cat and or Dogman was just perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to hand it to him, not letting his like, just saying, "Hey, Digimon, do the Digimon thing."
Yeah, especially like because they've definitely addressed the gap, right? So like when I say
Yeah.
this, the Pandemon episode, which was spoken about, where Team MacGuffin's in, like we're getting at least now, like how do these characters get from place X to place Y? There's a line of dialogue, there's a
Yeah.
line of dialogue, cutaway, cutaway, cutaway. Like we get given a little reason. And
Mm.
then Kyo ends up being like, all right, cool. So now that I'm back from doing whatever I was doing, shenanigans,
Mm.
what's the story with this? He's talking to Sharky in the pub with Yoshi and that. And then he ends up finding out some really very, very powerful pieces of information, and then like interrogates the other dude by like pulling his hair, which is just hilarious to me.
Mm.
Like girl, don't make me yank your weave. What the hell? Like that kind of thing was just funny to me. And then like he just rolls up and he's just like, I sent my children into this. No way. The only thing that would have made it better for me is if Kyo was wearing the apron the whole time.
Oh, true. The one with little Kugamon on it. Yeah, that's adorable.
It's like, not only am I gonna beat your ass,
However,
but I'm
I did actually think of another highlight. What
yeah.
just while you were talking, but it was the fact that it wasn't like I was worried that they were just going to power a friendship solution instead of evolving. I'm
Mm.
really glad they didn't. Like,
Power of friendship could have worked here rather ironically because of the emotional aspects that was going through Haruka. But I am glad that it was less, because it was really like, funnily enough, Mikado and Haruka are each other's mirrors, respectively, right?
yeah,
One who sees it as an opportunity for growth and introspection and the ability to move forward and to create new connections in life, whereas the other one sees it as the reason why they've lost everything. And so when they both come from something to then have nothing, but one person's more positive than the other person, they created a really nice character dynamic. You know, hopefully they also come back later on in the show. Like I kind of got like this sort of star-crossed lovers vibe. Maybe that's just me projecting, but
yeah.
like they definitely felt like they could have had Digimon as an aspect and fraud as a theme not occurred, that potentially like they could have, you know, grown
Yeah.
closer together through those years in school, and you know maybe they could have you know had something but you know I, in the same way that like Hitomi could probably be like that to Toma,
Yeah.
not to just heteronormative everything, but like it would be really interesting to explore those kinds of relationships. I'm not sure if we've got enough episodes in general for BeatBreak itself to actually have room for romantic relationships. So at least leaving it ambiguous, there it
Yeah.
is that's more than enough for me. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
no,
I
I
think
get what you mean.
there's some really nice threads there that we can what if about, and that's awesome. But I think we can just, you know, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to get the callbacks. We already
Yeah.
got the callback with Hitomi. I don't think anyone expected that.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I hope we see her back at like, you know,
hmm.
assemble the troops grand finale sort of thing.
Oh yeah, that'd
But
be sick.
I like that they kind of left it like, oh, she's happy. She's gonna go find her mum. I'm really glad that she said that, because I was like, you know, she is very young. Like she needs to go somewhere, and she's like, oh, thanks for inviting me to hang out with you guys, but my mum's been reaching out to me, and my dad never let me go. But now because he's in a
Yeah.
Digimon box, I can go and hang out with my mum because my dad was the problem. So I really like the fact that, you know, she's gonna go have a life with her mum.
Yeah, she's probably like a couple of neighborhoods down. You know what I mean? Like, and we
Yeah.
saw more of the ominous eggs as well, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. Like, there's not just one Shangri-La egg; there's multiple. They've just got different district names.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's really fun. That like she's probably in like a good like maybe half hour, maybe an hour car ride away.
Yeah.
So like, she could still be an ally of convenience to the team. Oh, you know what would be sick if she came back and she was the leader of the Mushroom Gang, bro.
Oh, and Shademon's like just sort of is
Vaguely
shaped.
mushroom
Yeah, it's just
shaped.
like a vaguely mushroom shaped shadow in the background, just like
Kill me! That'd be so funny. But I mean, no, I think that there's a lot that can be really done with this. And I'm just look, I'm excited. We could talk about the what ifs about it for ages, but I think we should probably move on to the next part here, Kobe.
rating out of 5.
3.8. Next.
Oof. I gave it a 5.
That's okay.
I really
You're allowed
liked
to be
it.
wrong.
Yeah, I really liked it. I'm
All
sorry.
right. That's okay. You know what? I'll meet you in the middle. I'll round up 4.
You give it a 4. Okay, thank
I'll give it
you
a 4.
for I should write that down because I'm probably not going to remember to write it down when I'm editing, because I'm not going to edit it tonight. I'm just going to release the Patreon one immediately when I'm done. Then I'm going to go to bed and then I'll edit the rest tomorrow. So I'm writing it down now because I will not remember when I'm editing. So yeah, for my ranking, which I really should be taking a note of your ranking as well, but I'm lazy. So I've got my ranking, and it's at the top. Thumbs up.
Okay, well,
On if you get, since you gave it a 4, it's like apparently I didn't write down your ranking for episode 8, so I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that and find what ranking you gave it, because I wrote that you wrote Tomorrow as your favorite, but I didn't actually give you a number. Whoopsies. But yeah, so that's like kind of in the middle for a lot of yours, I think. Given like 4.7, 3.5, 4.5, 3.9, 4.2, 2.6.
I think the highest I gave was like what, 4.7?
Yeah, 4.7 was episode 1 for you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because that was basically near perfect for me. This is far from a perfect episode. It is a very strong episode.
Yeah.
Definitely stronger than the pack of the other ones, but like I'm getting nitpicky at this point. Because realistically for me, this is a pretty strong departure from Digimon's sort of normal fare.
Yeah.
And the first Digimon season that I'm really watching outside of like the original main series and Tamers. So there's a lot of things that I'm kind of expecting to happen that kind of aren't. So I'm just sort of waiting for those big moments. And for me, I think the biggest moment's going to happen next episode. Yeah,
absolutely. Or at least, I don't know, I feel like it's got a lot of I'm so tired. I can't even think of the word.
Potential?
It's got potential, but like, no, that wasn't the exact word. It's like it's got a lot of expectations. Yeah, I was about to say stakes. No, and then I was like, yeah, it's got a lot of expectations and big shoes to fill.
We get steaks. We have enough in the budget for steaks. Yeah, let's go.
Steak dinner. But yeah, like I feel like if they stick the landing with the next few episodes, I will be very confident to say that BeatBreak will be more than likely become my favorite series of Digimon, judging by the first 10 episodes. I think I said like a few episodes ago that I'd know by episode 10. And at the moment, I feel like this could dethrone Atmon. But it's at least like, I feel like at the moment, it's safely top 3. Unless the rest of the series goes down so bad, like so fast and so far, other way around, I think. But like if it just plummets, then of course it can do that. But at this point, I feel like it'd be weird if it did plummet so drastically with how much I've enjoyed these 10 episodes. So it's definitely like, I would say it's like tied with Tamers at the moment.
Okay.
Because I have Tamers as like my 3rd favorite, so it's like definitely top 5, but kind of like at the pretty high up. But I feel like if they continue to be this good, it would even dethrone Data Squad and Atmon. But in any,
I will say that this is definitely. I want to say it's created for like the newer content consumption audience.
Yeah.
Right, because I sat down with my lovely partner, and we ended up watching, I think, from episode 3, basically all the way through till 10 today.
Yeah.
And like the cliffhanger distance in the Pandamon bit didn't feel anywhere near as bad. It actually felt like it had a stronger conclusion to what we had in our initial assessments.
Yeah.
And I think that because there's actually quite a handful of like 2-parters that we've already had in 10 episodes, which is crazy. I think it's only 2, but like it's still wild. But like she turned to me at the end and she goes, "This is unfair." Okay, and I sent you a recording of her thoughts and feelings.
Oh yeah, I haven't actually listened to that because I started to listen to it because I had a second, and then like I was like, wait, I haven't watched the new episode yet. So I paused it and answered. Yeah, I could pause it, asked, but by the time you answered, I was doing something else. So I will listen to that, but I haven't yet.
She's like, the brother dies in the first episode, which we know he gets, sleepy times.
Yeah.
It's like someone else dies, baby gets shot, Pandamon gets shot, Pandamon nearly seppukus, old man nearly seppukus. We nearly watched her dad die. She's like, what the hell is happening in this show? Like, we are 10 episodes into a children's, like a rated for children's anime show, and there have been so many either near misses or very like, no. If we had the rating for it, this mother lover would be dead.
Yeah, I mean, Digimon has gone as
I was
far as to
played.
look more like.
Yeah.
Like it's like Tamer's had some pretty heavy stuff with Jerry's mum. We had
and
the
Leomon getting.
oh yeah,
Jesus.
the vaguely racist grandmother in Data Squad because her pure Austrian born son had a child with a Japanese woman. So the Austrian grandma tells the small boy, where we get a flashback of when he's like, 6 or something, I don't like your eyes.
Okay.
To
That's weird.
To the half Japanese boy. So
thanks, Gma.
Yeah,
really appreciated that one.
We get quite a lot of we find out that his family is immensely racist. Like the Austrian side of his family, immensely racist. Which
looks
is,
at camera.
Yeah, which is like kind of not what I expect to see, but love to see. I hate to see it, but I like to see those sort of heavier themes than just like I'm going to
world building of it.
Yeah. I'm going to this happy world with Digimon and there's no racism, yay! But no, that there's racism, there's death, there's a lot of things.
Say, like further to that point, like when I was playing Dragon Age Origins way back when. Because in a lot of fantasy settings, elves are really sort of like put on high pedestals of like perfection and blah blah blah. Your first introduction to them when you get to one of the main cities, I can't remember what it is, but like they're all like stuck in like an alienage, which is like just a ghetto where they put in a whole bunch of immigrants and stuff, and there's just a bunch of people being wildly racist, and it's crazy. Like in reality, we you should not stand for racism. You should not stand for bigotry, right? That's a pretty good thing to stand against, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to fantasy settings and world building and stuff like that, there is something about it, and I think it's just because of how intrinsic hate has become with media in general. Like seeing that kind of hatred be echoed within the media that is consumed just sort of lends it that much more credibility and believability, which is sad in the extreme, because it's like, we shouldn't need that to then be like, oh yeah, no, I can believe that. Yeah. Because then you're just sort of like perpetuating that type of violence. But that's getting super meta. But like it's it's worth pointing out that we haven't had too much of that or any of that in BeatBreak. I think we've had things to be maybe ageist is the closest we can get to with Yoshi, but like he's just like the for funny punching bag kind of guy, so that's fine.
I mean, I think there's also a little bit of there's the class dynamics in BeatBreak.
Yes, but I think class dynamics are always going to exist, particularly when we're talking about a dystopic utopia.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's part of it. It's the inescapability of a caste system through bureaucracy, and I mean that's the best way to do it. It's like no. See, there are ways for you to escape it. We've made them possible. However, that hurdle to clear is impossible.
And it's very kind of Black Mirror, like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, this is just Digimon Black Mirror.
Kinda.
Yeah,
the Mimicmon episode definitely solidified that, if anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I wanted to rate higher in my score so I could go to the Shangri-La egg, so everyone is tied up in a basement. Like, it's just... I mean, not in a basement. Yeah.
Getting drained. I was about to say getting sucked, but that's not.
Getting drained still...
It's not great.
It's not great, but anyway...
But they were being drained of e-pulse. That's how they phrase it in the show, so that's
which is still
acceptable question mark.
Yeah, which is still like, it's kind of spooky. But in any case, Pondering, Postmon, Pat, and predictions, and finally we're getting to this segment, and we're not like almost an hour into the recording. Let's
go.
We're closer to an hour than to 0 minutes, but yeah, whatever. we're making improvements. We only had like a 10-minute tangent this time instead of half an hour. So first up, we have Angel Squeaks 128, who says, an American, sometimes after we sing Happy Birthday as a kid, you'd go, are you 1, are you 2, etc., until you reach the birthday kid's age. That would take forever.
Oh my god.
We just do like, the hip hip hooray, and then the 1, 2, and then you clap to the age, and then at the end you go, and 1 to make them grow. Like, but you do it
like,
really quickly.
When they're under 10, because
Yeah.
a big thing here is birthday punches. Like you just
Oh,
like
you
your
punch
family
them, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
your family just pins you down. Everyone just takes turns until you can't move your arms anymore, and it's done with love, apparently.
Yeah, or you
Um,
just punch them like for how many years they are.
yeah,
Yeah, why are we as a society so I mean to be fair, like it
I
is
don't
a
know.
country, you know, that they put convicts here, and we all just decided to beat the crap out of the birthday boy or birthday girl or birthday they them. Like,
Yeah, I will say that the people who tried that on me at high school had a very short-lived tradition because I said, yeah, it might be my birthday, but it's not a free reason to hit me. And so a lot of people walked away with worse punches than what they were trying to give me.
yeah, to be fair, like, if you get hit,
Yeah, I
you
was
know,
like, bro,
get hit. Yeah,
I was like, that's what happens. It's called equivalent exchange.
valid. They then say they really liked the episode and the bit where Haruko's dad asks her to go after Chirotmon. It was interesting how she initially refused because this one's Makoto's, and then he agreed once her dad called it a mean thing to do. Just a lot of implications in that. Seems like she is very
Yeah.
invested in appealing like a cruel person, especially towards Makoto, but she still has standards. Also, wonder if the next episode revealed the other cleaner E-Pulse can be toxic to a certain Digimon. They didn't touch on that. They instead, like, Chirotmon just didn't want the her e-pulse.
Yeah, no, he refuses.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that we should probably point out
Mm.
as a little bit of a highlight. A little late now, but like they can just refuse to eat. And what was really interesting is she even put her hand in his mouth, and he
Yeah.
still did brain, like we saw with the Black Galgamon
Yeah.
and Kyo's arm. Like it wasn't just an automatic feed thing, which is that makes sense, but at the same time, like you don't think about that.
Yeah. But we don't know whether or not like that it would work, but he did just refuse it. So we don't
Yeah.
know if he refused it because, you know, of his own, you know, sense of standards or what have you. Again, I'm struggling for words. It is late at
I
night.
definitely think it is. I
Yeah.
definitely think it is the loyalty aspect.
Yeah,
Like
loyalty, yeah.
he did not want her e-pulse. He did not like it, because
Yeah.
he's not born of it. He probably would have enjoyed someone else's e-pulse if it was also yellow,
Yeah.
because they had
The
that different
typing.
sort of
Yeah.
the typing and element thing. And I'm because of Pokemon pilled. Obviously, look at me. I I think that there might be some type advantages going into that,
Yeah.
just because of that. But that's a different story. We don't have that yet. As info.
We have Gunmetal Gator who is wondering, you know, how we mentioned about how your mirror reflection Digimon would be Impmon. Is wondering what evolution that you would have for Impmon.
Heavy Metal Dramon.
Yeah, I would say heavy metal. Yeah. Yeah.
As much as I enjoy Beezlemon, and I definitely think Beezlemon and Blast Mode are sick.
Oh, very.
The fact that it becomes the embodiment of, I think it's gluttony, that probably doesn't match me very well.
Yeah.
If Beezlemon was Wrath as opposed to Balphamon Rage Mode, I'd probably go more down that line.
Yeah.
Just for me as a person, I can be quite quickly easy to anger. But Heavy Metal Dramon's actually a deck in the TCG that's come out that I actually fell in love with.
It's
And
very cool.
I especially fell in love with the fact that apparently the Itmon is canonically a girl.
Is it?
Yeah, Yuki's Itmon's a girl.
I feel like it's not given feminine pronouns in the novel though.
No, this came from Gooden, so you can take it with a pinch of salt.
He's not read it though. He's told me so many times that he's not read it.
But I just think that would be an interesting thing to explore because even in the comics, in the Liberator comics, that Itmon's a lot softer, a lot more gentler, a little bit more sort of like casual, as opposed to the Tamer's Itmon.
Yeah, but I don't think that from memory.
I mean, all Digimon don't have gender. That's not really the point.
I mean, I think most Digimon in Liberator are given "it's" as a pronoun.
Yeah.
Except for a few cases where they're she or he. But like I know that for example, Elizamon is a feminine coded Digimon, and so is the Sangomon for Yao. But as far as I'm aware, I think that Itmon has been given it's they them and I believe he him, but I'll have to go back and check. But I don't. This is the first time I'm hearing that the Impmon in Liberator is a girl.
I think I actually know why. I'm actually looking at the card right now. I'm just going to send it to you. I think I know why Gooden may have thought it was a girl and why I thought it was a girl. So if you feel like editing it, if you look at the top half of Loudmon's chest there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think maybe that's what we.
Why does Loudmon in BT20 have?
Why is she stacked?
I can't be bothered editing. I'm just gonna hold up the picture of the phone.
Why is she looking so stacked at the top, bro? You know what I'm saying? Lilithmon could never.
Yeah, Loudmon's got big naturals, I guess. Anyway, so that's cool and fun. Next we
Confirm.
So
big natties. Big natties on baddies. Let's go.
Yes, Guz's mirror reflection is the Punkmon, Loudmon heavy metal evolution line for Impmon. Next we have Ben Archer, who congratulates Guz on the regionals.
Thank you very much, Lee Ben.
And they continue to say some surprises in the episode. Shout out to the soundtrack playing during the sneaking bit. It had a bit of a digital cyber sleuth vibe. I'm guessing that with an emphasis on living things being tools to be used and discarded, Haruko takes over as head villain of a household, blaming her father for the situation she's in and leaving him to get what she wants, which is kind of like the reverse of what happened. And also shout out to the 2-frame Chirrupmon, keep on flapping. Yeah, that was adorable.
Yeah, I love that too. I was like, there's no way they skimped on this. And at the same time, I was like, you know what? Nah, this is a vibe.
Next we have Drifting Cloudymon, who is wondering how many episodes is BeatBreak supposed to be. I think it's like 50 or something. I can't quite remember.
Wow.
They then say, if Gekomon doesn't evolve in the next few episodes, and will the show later speedrun the Ultimate and Mega Evolutions for the others before the end? Or will this be like Adventure in 02, where only 1 or 2 maybe get Mega levels and the rest don't get higher than Ultimate? I feel like we're kind of past the days where only the Goggle Kid or the 2 main characters get Mega forms. I feel like from all the later seasons, they've been pretty much on par with them all getting to level 6. Maybe there's a level 7 or a few extra evolutions for the Goggle Kid, which I say in quotation marks because I don't always wear goggles, but you get the idea.
Yeah, but I think the other thing here as well is episode 1, we start off with an ultimate and a champion already in the team.
Yeah.
Which I actually think gives us more time to explore the characters, which is what the show seems to want to do at this point, which is why it's not bum rushing us through the evolutions. Now we're getting the evolution of Chirrupmon. That's probably, like, we were all sitting here going, hey, there should probably be something happening now.
Yeah.
And now that it's happening, everybody's like, all right, yeah, cool, mad. This is now lining up with expectation.
Yeah, I feel like this is fine.
It feels like it's jumping back on track.
Yeah, I feel like this is fine in terms of pacing, as you said, because we already had one that could already evolve up to perfect and another that could already evolve up to adult in the first episode. Like, at this point, it's kind of on the same level as Tamers. Like, maybe Gekomon's a little bit later, but it's not that much later. Like, we've got all the other evolutions. We don't have to have an evolution arc for Kyo for adult and perfect because they're already there. We don't have to do Wolvermon because we've already seen Wolvermon. So I feel like I think it'll balance out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's actually, looking back at it now at this 10 episode point, I think it was actually really smart to start off with the champion in the ultimate because we get to spend more time with the characters instead of flashy eating up the runtime Digivolution sequences.
Yeah, absolutely. And we don't have to go through the mandatory evolution arc where it's just like, hey, every episode we're going to get a new evolution.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of, it's fine in my opinion. Next,
but I mean, even if it goes 80 episodes deep, you know what I mean? Like, we could still get something really fun out of that.
Yeah, like I'm enjoying like the journey. It was just nice to get an evolution.
Yeah.
Next, we have Ignited Quills, who says that they really like this episode. They 100% believe Gekomon and Wolvermon will survive due to the preview immediately finishing off the episode. They do agree the payoff for episode 10 will need to be good. They think that Chirrupmon will digivolve due to the preview itself and what episode 9 set up, which, yep, it happened. Also, Haruko slapping Shademon made them angry, but judging how she rejects it, not believing it as a reflection of her. Speaking of slapping, saying when I said that I'd slap someone for clapping in a theater, had a laugh. So I'm glad I was able to provide entertainment. But yeah,
more violence.
Yay. Next we have Lazy Croconaw with the One Piece bingo time.
Let's go.
The bar lady, that gives the missions to the crew that we've been calling Shaki from One Piece, is Viola from One Piece.
Yes, Rebecca's sister.
Yeah. So that was.
I do remember her because I did read that comment and it was like, oh, you may not remember her, but she was like one of the assassins.
I remembered because
Flamingo. I remember because she was like, she looked into Sanji's mind. She went, "Oh no, you are so perverted. I love you." I was like, damn, if that's how I could meet a woman, my God.
Woof. They then say BeatBreak episode left them with an I want more sensation. Same. They loved this and can't wait for today's episode, basically. Also, Evil Dad, honestly, skill issue on your side, should have hit better the fraud better. The bet is that he wants to erase criminal records. I mean, kind of ish. I guess he wanted a new identity, so that's not too far off.
MacGuffin is MacGuffin. It was a 50% shot, right? Either way, because look, it's not breaking new territory on the story beats or like the whole whatevers. It's the Digimon. It's actually it's more of the journey that we take to get there. So it doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. It just has to give it, some new shiny glitter here and there. And I think it's doing a good job of that.
The real beats were the friends we broke along the way.
That might be more true than what we realize, because everybody seems to be very sufficiently broken going into episode 11.
Yeah, everyone's just, being punched, is going to punch someone, has been punched, has punched.
Got kidnapped and had their egg rewritten by an angry girl that its signature attack is kill me. Like, there's a lot going on here, bro.
Yeah, like, haunting. And then they continue saying that they're glad that they're not the only one that thought Shademon was Eismon. Yeah, I literally can, I get those two confused constantly. Like, as I mentioned. And lastly, we have Nero Netiko that says, first time this season where they're actually excited to see the next episode. They can't wait to see what Chirrupmon evolves into. And yeah, I hope that you thought that this episode was as good as I did, because I really liked it. Yay. And that's it for the Postmon of Pats. And we are approaching that hour mark, but we're still doing better.
Home run. Let's get it.
I can go to bed soon. Yeah. So next week's episode is episode 11, A Black Emotion. What are our predictions?
I think we're gonna get a Dark Digivolution out of Gekomon. This is the second time that we've seen him get with the dark eyes and the purple electricity. If we don't get a Dark Digivolution out of this next episode, I will then disregard every future episode where they try to use this as a trick.
Yeah.
I know the general rule is 3 times, right? Like, that's how many times a joke is funny. That's how many times you can get away with repeating something before it starts losing its effect. So this will technically be 2 of 3. But this is kind of interesting because we've also seen from the preview, I think we get the Fire Gym leader. We're going to have a little bit of Kyo talking about his scar from what was inferred from the very quick shots that we see there as well. I think Kyo's position maybe before becoming one of the big cleaners was maybe that. And maybe we run into the one that did the scarring and the beating of Kyo to take over his position.
They had that zoom. When they saw that zoom in of his scar, I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to actually learn. It's not just kind of like a character thing that he's got that we never learn the reason behind. Like, we actually get to see it, like, or at least get something.
I think the difference between the Dark Digivolution here as well for Tomoro, I don't think it's going to be by murder. I think it's going to be him being upset that maybe Kyo gets laid out in front of him and all these people that sort of came together, the found family, just not being able to fight, and it's just him and Gekomon left, and he just has a little breakdown.
Yeah, so it's going to be more like in Digimon Tamers when we first had Megidramon,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Takado thought that he was the only one that could save Jerry, and Jerry had just had a Digimon die, and he wanted revenge. So it's more like it's kind of more like a revenge anger rather than anything else.
yeah. I feel that lines up a little very too well with Toma.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
feel like that feels likely.
Because that would build on the Hyemon stuff with what
Mm,
happened with Hitomi and
yeah.
his brother by extension. So, I don't really know what the motivation's going to be, but if we get a Dark Digivolution champion, it's going to be kind of wild.
Yeah, and I mean we've seen Dark Digivolution champions recently with Ghost Game, but the interesting thing is I don't think when we've had like the Dark Evolution for a champion like Gulas Galamon for example, we haven't had that Dark Evolution before we've had any other evolution for a Digimon. Like in
Yeah,
Adventure, obviously we had Skull Greymon, but we'd already had Greymon before. Like the Digimon had evolved before.
yeah, yeah.
And obviously with Megidramon, he had his whole line. We had the champion and perfect before we got the Dark Evolution at Mega.
Yep, yep.
So it is interesting that we're doing potentially a Dark Evolution before we ever have even just a normal evolution for Gekomon.
What could also be very interesting going forward is maybe that's Toma's tipping point. Maybe now I don't fully expect a shift into the dark villain side of pipeline for him at this stage.
Also, I
But
mean, I just an amendment. I'm very tired.
amendment.
An enemy. To what I said.
Envy.
Obviously, what we have with Digimon Survive is we did get a Dark Evolution before any other evolution for one of the
That was
characters.
that was scripted. It wasn't something you
Yeah,
could opt out of. That
yeah,
was entirely different though.
yeah. But so we have had it in Digimon before, but I mean, as far as I'm aware, and I can recall off the top of my head, in the anime, it's always been we've had at least one evolution before we've just jumped to the Dark Evolution.
Yeah. But I mean, look, it's gonna be very interesting whatever the next episode is.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna wrap up cleanly in one episode. If it does, wicked. But I don't know. I feel like maybe this is where we start getting a shift in the show overall. I don't know. That's just my vibe, but like I'm happy to be wrong. It's just because every time I see the Dark Digivolution, like I just wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Like my brain just starts freaking out. It's like the Dark Gears thing all over again with
Yeah.
Leomon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is cool that I guess we see Phyramon.
Really? Pheromon?
Yeah, he's in the preview. It's like behind the fire guy.
I was too busy just looking at the dude in the fire, and what I thought was Kyo's body.
Now
I
we
mean,
we admittedly we rewound it because
okay.
a certain somebody really likes Grace Novamon. Apparently, was like, oh, I wonder if Grace Novamon's in this. Like probably
No.
not. Too early. Episode
No.
11, pulling out a level 7. Go off, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, we thought Muckmon was going to be Beelzemon, so
Yeah, true. Like, yeah, oh yeah, that is true. I did go, oh my gosh, it's
yeah.
Beelzemon on Behemoth. So yeah, I guess
Even my missus turned around and she went, Is that Beelzemon? What the hell? I was like, no. And then she was like, oh, what the hell? This is stupid.
No, it's just a bike.
It's just a bike.
Yeah, she's just kind of there. But
it's a bikers.
Do we have any other predictions?
Just that I'm probably gonna scream when the episode comes out.
I'm just so excited to be excited for watching Digimon every week. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm already looking forward to reading Liberator pretty much every week, so it's nice to have something else to enjoy for Digimon as well. But in any case, oh my gosh, it just hit the hour mark and we're wrapping it up. This is for the last few weeks, this is a record for us. So yeah, I can go to bed. It's 10:30 and I have to get up. I just got an alert from Flux that said, "Hey, you're waking up in like 7 hours or."
Who the hell is
something.
Flux and why is it their business?
Flux is an app that makes my screen go orange because I get migraines and light sensitivity. So I've had that constantly running, and whenever it crashes, I know because I'm immediately flashbanged. So that's cool. But
I
yeah,
love
so
the volume peak on that as well. That was great.
yeah, very dramatic. But yeah, which I also should mention because it is later than I usually record. If there is a vaguely orange tint to my face, lipsies, it's just the because I literally can't tell because my whole screen is orange at the moment, which is like it's normal for my eyes, but my screen's most likely orange. It
It's
is.
actually been blurring out your mosquito bite this entire time, and you're the only one
Oh,
that said it.
oh man! And then everyone's gonna be looking for the invisible mosquito bite. But no, it's huge on it's huge in what I can see. But anyway, if everything looks orange here, it is because of Flux. Anyway, there was the second tangent of the episode. But in any case, thank you so much for listening. You can contact me and stay updated and leave us a comment on this episode on YouTube. Join the
On YouTube and Twitter. Go on,
YouTube to
follow
join
and
the
subscribe.
conversation, and also check out Guz's YouTube as well.
Yes, up
Yay.
and running. You can find me, Guz the Substitute, anywhere where that works. And maybe if we figure out the collab function, it'll be very easy for you to follow it through
Yeah.
on this exact podcast.
I'll try to work that out if future Kobe remembers when he edits the podcast tomorrow morning after the gym. But I'm very brain dead after the gym. But
That's all right.
I'll
We'll
do
work it out.
I'll do something. But in any
Yeah.
case, for a full list of ways to find the podcast across the internet, check out my link tree, which is linktr.ee/LostinTranslationmon. And if you enjoy the podcast or videos or anything that I post on the World Wide Web, you can show support by signing up on Patreon and get some cool rewards and help me with some milestones. And yes, I did just scare myself by talking about a web because spiders live there and I don't like those. I'm very tired. I thought that was funny when I thought of it, and then I said it. I'm like, that's
I didn't know where you were going with that, but
a
you should
web,
probably.
a web.
You should probably. I know, but you should probably just keep going. Well, who are those Patreons that have been so brave to support you?
Thank you to my current supporters on Patreon: Stephen Reeves, whose wives for an archive our own, Kadawashi. I lost where I was reading. Neobu. You should follow on Chisai on Twitter at Chisai236. Lizmon, who's Lekmon on Tumblr. Nicholas, Magnus, Lucas, Jason105, Patrick, Jason, Shelby, Digital Hazard, who's on Twitch at The Digital Hazard, Tropion, Vmon, Tamer, Kasai, Big Bad, Beetleborg, Flavin, Bentarja, Cappy, Cyber, and Voltic Helbid. You can also donate whatever. You can also make a donation on PayPal, which I found linked in the description. It's paypal.me/Edramon. You can also donate me on my coffee account, which is ko-fi.com/Edra. Some of that was the English language, but in any case, thank you so much for listening.
Most of it was close.
Close.
Most of it was close.
I'm sure like some of it blended together to be somewhat coherent. But in any case, thank you so much to Guz for joining me for another wild week on Digimon BeatBreak. And again, you can be found on the internet as Guz the Substitute.
Yep, or even just at Guz_substitute on Twitter.
Yes.
And yeah, you can feel free to see all the cringe shit I'm doing over there too.
It's perfect. It's wonderful. And also Guz helped me do the roles on the Discord server because it's been on my to-do list for yonks, and I've just been too lazy. And then like I was too lazy to do it, but slightly less effort than actually doing it was sending Guz a message. I'm like, can you do it for me?
No, it was incredibly easy. I don't know how you struggled.
Oh, I didn't struggle. I just didn't try. Like I'm fully admitting it's not that I couldn't do it. It's that I was lazy. Like it's just something I kept on like procrastinating. Like every time I thought to do it, I was like, oh, but what if I didn't? Like it's just 100% just me being lazy. Like I implemented a self-assigning bot ages ago, and then they like Discord removed a bunch of bots, and that was one of them, and I was like, that's on my to-do list, and then it didn't get done. Whoopsies on my part. Thank you to Guz. But in any case, thank you so much for listening. If you are watching / listening to this on YouTube, please do the like, comment, subscribe, etc. thing. And of course, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.